Data processed from Alex Murdaugh's car could be key evidence from the night his wife and son were murdered in 2021. An FBI car forensics specialist testified that data processed from his SUV reveals Alex spent just 20 minutes at his mother's home that night, but that contradicts his alibi, where he says he was there for 40 minutes. Joining us now is investigative reporter Andrew Davis from our NewsNation affiliate in Savannah, Georgia. He's been covering this trial, as well as trial attorney Alexandra Kazarian. Let's start with you, Andrew. Thank you both for being here. Andrew, what type of car data is this, and what else is it revealing?
Well, it's very specific car data to it that's going to give you a sense of when it was put out of park into drive and then put back into park is what they're talking about. So they're trying to really nitpick it down to show the exact times there, and they're trying to work a timetable because so far each little piece of evidence has worked into that timetable. The question I think a lot of people have is how focused have the jury been on all of these things? We've gone through steps, we've gone through exactly cell phone data, we've gone through everything we can about turning the phone sideways versus regular speed. You're looking into a lot of things that I think is getting very complicated for this jury who wants to sort of hear, this is why Alex Murdaugh was here, this is when he was here, and this is why he went ahead and shot his wife and son. So I'll be very interested to see how focused they are, especially without notepads in their hands to really write all this down, because that will be a challenge certainly for prosecutors when it comes down time for a verdict.
All right, so a very good point there, Andrew. You know, talking about memory of the jurors. Alexandra, I want to kick it over to you. So speaking of memory, you know, Alec is saying he was there for 40 minutes. There's this car data now that is saying it was significantly less than that. What does it mean for his alibi? And then how does the defense respond to that?
Well, again, this is all circumstantial evidence. Everything that they have in this case is circumstantial, which means that the jury is going to be given an instruction that says, if you can come to a conclusion that points to innocence from this surrounding set of facts, that you have to go with the version that leads to innocence. So when it's super technical, and if there's any room for the defense to say, look, it may not have been 20 minutes, it may have been 40 minutes, but I mean, even if those numbers don't line up with the way he said it, it still lines up with his defense. If they can argue that, then this technical information that they're not going to retain, that's going to be really hard for them to absorb, it's not going to matter too much, because they're going to be instructed by the judge that they've got to throw away any evidence that points to guilt if there is an explanation that points to innocence here. So I don't really know how much that technicality is going to matter to that jury that's sitting there trying to think about it.
Well, Alexandra, I want to stay with you then. So we have this new car data. We also have the Snapchat video. There's also Alex's phone. I mean, between all of that, is his alibi shattered, or again, it's all circumstantial?
It's all circumstantial. So if there's any way for the jury to say, I'm sorry, if there's any way for the defense to say, no, that audio wasn't him, that audio maybe could have come from a different time. If there's any way that they can convince the jury that there's a plausible scenario that points to innocence, then because it's all circumstantial, it may not matter to the jury. I don't think his alibi is blown completely out of the water when you've got no direct evidence pointing to him being there, especially when you don't know when that blood got on his shirt. So all of it is very, very questionable, I think. I really do.
All right, so Andrew, back to you. The son of Murdaugh's housekeeper on the stand today. She died after a fall in one of their homes. We know that Alex's financial crimes are being allowed as part of his alleged motive. Do you think the jury is following along and connecting all of these dots? Because there are many of them, and it is quite intricate.
I think the prosecution's done a great job in this voluminous amount of evidence that they've got, but the best person on the stand today might have been Tony Satterfield, because they simplified it and they broke it down to exactly what they needed to say. That Alec had money, that he told them he only had $500,000 worth of insurance money, and went ahead and took $4.3 million from them. And if without the killings, they would have never known, because then they called back after the fact and said, we're hearing there's a lot more money. What happened? And it took them to a civil case before they finally got their money. But Tony was right on point. They didn't get too technical with him. They didn't make him look at all kinds of documents. Instead, they let him do yes, no questions. And I think the jury focused much more on that than all these experts that are breaking down numbers exactly and everything that's going on. So if they stuck to that plan, I think that works a lot better for a jury who's already getting very tired 3 full weeks in now.
All right, Alexandra, we're going to end with you. Biggest mistake or maybe missed opportunity you see with the defense and the prosecution right now?
I think the prosecution's motive is just, I think it's terrible. I don't think that the jury's going to swallow the fact that he owed many, many, many millions of dollars and that the solution was to brutally murder his family. There's no evidence that he was that kind of a person before that. And to think that he would snap and brutally kill his family, who everybody says that he was very loving towards, I think they're going too hard with that motive. They don't need a motive to prove it. So going with that motive, I think, is a big mistake for the prosecution.
All right, Andrew Davis, Alexandra Kazarian, thank you both for your insight tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.